Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. This is Deaf Gowing Camping. Uh, Obviously not doing a camping video again today. I'm just kind of stuck in story time with Pete for now. Like I've said before, I'm just trying to keep putting content up, try to get some people interested in the channel. So more people will be able to see and interact with us. Um, Interact with us when we do our camping and our adventure videos. I got to see my wife Katie again today. She's feeling a lot better. The infection is more under control. Still looks like she's going to be there for a while. At this point, she's been there for close to 2 months, I think. She her bowels perforated and her body became septic. And she was when she went to the ER, as I was talking to the doctor, they came up with a positive COVID test result. So she was in quarantine for a while, and I could only see her through the glass, but she couldn't see me anyway. She was unconscious for about a week and a half. But she's getting better slowly. It's great to see her beautiful smile and her eyes nice and clear, beautiful blue eyes today. But that's not really what this video is about. I thought I'd tell you all about our trip to Havasu that we took with my son and my daughter a few years ago. It was it was an interesting trip from even before we left. Kennedy and I went to Costco, did a big, Costco run for the trip. We were out there for a week. So, stocked up on beer and soda and otter pops and cheese and bread and eggs and bacon, lunch meat and all that kind of stuff for the trip and stuff for dinners. And we borrowed her parents' diesel long bed I think there's F-250 long bed, so we could be get all of our gear, all of the food, so we didn't really have to make any stops along the way. Just head out, throw it on the yacht or on the houseboat, and go out. Well, our parents got here to Sacramento to drop the truck off. I got everything, loaded it up, started the truck, put it in care, and drove about maybe a foot, and the truck died. Something with their fuel pump or something went out. So that left me scrambling. We had to leave, so I ran to the Home Depot and I built kind of this deck thingy to go in the back of the truck so that we could fit all of our gear, stack it on top of that. Her parents had this like big box in the back of their truck, so I put that up there and put all the firewood and camping gear and stuff like that and piled in my work truck with all of our pillows and blankets and everything and hit the road, drove straight on through, straight on to Havasu. We left I don't remember what time. I got a couple hours of sleep. Got up super early. Got everybody loaded up. And drove in. Got there in the afternoon. Uh, Threw everything on the houseboat. Went over everything. How to start up and blah blah blah. It's a 64-foot houseboat with a water slide, a hot tub, uh, 2 drive-in stations. It's a pretty cool boat. Three three state three staterooms I think it had, and 2 bathrooms. Um, so I got a message coming in. States, states, states. Hey, chill out. Um, Full kitchen, living room, breakfast area, a deck on the front and the bottom, deck on the back, and then upstairs is the water slide, big table, hot tub, another driving station, and seating area. When we got onto the boat and started heading out, I mean, right as the storm blew in, I thought at first it was the wind, because we just kept getting blown in circles, and it got to the point where it's like, we gotta get off this water. Find some shelter from the storm. And there was a small cove with a rock beach on it. Got it up, got the kids off, got it tied down for the night. Rode out the storm over there. Had a cool evening, kind of uneventful for the first night. I was tired from only having a couple hours of sleep and the long drive, so it's kind of made the first night just kind of relax. The next morning, we took off and we found this other little cove. We went to go check out, but the water was super shallow, and that's when I noticed only one of the 2 props was spinning, and that was the reason why I was getting blown around in circles. So I got that figured out, just kept that motor shut off, and then just kind of compensated with my steering. And without the wind, it was no longer going in circles, but still such a long pontoon with one motor. It had a tendency to want to go to one way. But we found a really nice cove. We stayed there for a couple of nights. That was pretty cool. Beautiful starry sky. Beautiful sunsets. Up there having a dance party with my daughter, getting our groove on, going in the hot tub, and it was nice. I think it was on the second night, just before sunset. A big old freaking downpour popped in, just kind of came out of nowhere. And the kids were downstairs, and Katie and I were upstairs. There's a barbecue up there, so we were getting ready to barbecue, and it just started dumping. So we just kind of chilled underneath the overhang in the seating area that was up there, waited for it to pass. But it was cool with where we were docked at, was kind of in a valley, and it was really cool to see those flash floods come down the mountain and start filling the water. So that was a cool thing to see. and the lightning storms and the thunderstorms. And yeah, it was in July, so it was really hot. But the storms, I mean, just I don't know if that's normal weather pattern for down there or not. But I mean, they would just come and just dump and then go. And then one day we went to go find another cove. It's supposed to be one of the more popular spots. It was a cool cove. We got back in there. Uh, Probably shouldn't have gone back in there because it was so windy. But we got it up to the beach and we got it docked. Wind picked up, it ripped the lines right out of the ground. We started getting blown over and pushing up against the boat that was next to us. So it had this big old giant floaty that just goes shooting off. I'm like, well, fuck it, somebody else can have that. I ain't even going to deal with it. And struggled to get out of the cove and all that traffic and in that wind. It was a real bitch. But we got out and we ended up going back over to the other cove that we had already found. Met some cool people, hung out, made friends with some people that had a jet boat. And they took my daughter and Katie and my son out for rides in it. And we sat down in the water having an adult beverage with them. And they actually were camping somewhere there, and they came by 2 days in a row. So we got to hang out with them. Real good people, just down to earth, honest, hardworking folk. So yeah, had a good time there. I put a short video on. I didn't take a whole lot of video of it. Katie's got most of the video on her phone. But I mean, the water was absolutely beautiful. It was a perfect temperature. It wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold. Cruising the houseboat, you just, throw it in neutral, just jump right off, man. It was a blast. The views, the cliffs, the rock formations, I mean, absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. Color of the water, I mean, gorgeous. So in that little cove, there was actually a lot to do. There was a little island out there, so I took the kids out in my inflatable kayak and cruised around the water. And there was a seating area covered with barbecues and gazebo. We made a good use of that. There's no facilities there or anything. And it's kind of weird. We rented a houseboat, but you still gotta pay to be on the beach, and the houseboat doesn't come in with an anchor, but you're technically not on the beach, but you still gotta pay anyway. So the rangers come by every day, collect their money. So we stayed at that place like pretty much the entire time. I think we only went to 2 other spots for a total of 2 nights. So it was a nice spot. Places to go hiking, nice cliff. You can set stuff out and shoot your BB gun, your pellet gun, stuff like that. Nice spot to go cliff jumping. Kind of low. It wasn't very big. I'd say 12, maybe 15 feet. So, I mean, I've jumped off of a lot taller. But my kids haven't, and Katie hasn't. So, one day I, uh, made lunch for everybody. And I'd already eaten. I was eating as I was making everybody else's lunch. So while they were eating, I hiked up the ridge, uh, hiked over the top of the ridge, and then hiked back down to that cliff that was over there. It was probably only about 20 yards or so away from our houseboat. And I went over there, got their attention, and I jumped off, swam over to the boat, and then they all wanted to try it. So, my son is the youngest one, so I gotta go first. Katie's gotta go first. And she was like, "Hell no, you're going first, boy." So I jumped off. It was like, okay, just run it and jump. It's that easy. Don't walk over to the edge and jump because there's bushes and stuff underneath it. You only had to clear like 3 or 4 feet, but if you just jump straight down, you're going into the bushes. So I told her, just run and jump. And, I do it, and Katie was hesitant, so she does it, and we're in the water. Come on, buddy! Come on, you can do it, And he was hesitant, but he got that, I can do this, man. I can do it. And he runs and he jumps just fine. And then comes my daughter's turn. And she is just like super hesitant. It's like she's getting up to the edge and stopping and stuff like that. One of the funniest things. She finally got the nerve worked up and she goes running off and jumps off the cliff. It was like Wile E. Coyote, man. She kept running as she was in the air. Kind of leaned forward, just kept running. And she, it hits in the water. And we all swam back over to the boat. That was fun. And we had this giant, had to be about 18 inches or so, catfish that lived in there that would come up. He would almost eat a hot dog out of your hand. But he would come right up, but he wouldn't take it unless you dropped it. And when he dropped it, he'd gobble it right up. And then the ducks and stuff. A lot of turtles. Another cool thing that happened, and we all got to see it. We're all chilling up on the top deck, and the military must have been doing some exercises. And, since we're back in the cove, you can hear the helicopters, but you can't see them. And then all of a sudden, these just big old giant military helicopters, they're flying just feet from the top of the ridge, come soaring over the top. Right over the top of the houseboat. And then a few seconds later, again, just feet. Didn't hear them coming. It's flying faster than the speed of sound. And then a couple of jets come, shoo, shoo, just flying through. And that was super, super cool. I kept doing it for about an hour. So that was super awesome. I don't think we got anything on camera because you don't really know what's happening until you are getting your camera and you got to turn it on and they're already gone. But that was super cool. We finished out the trip. Ended up, we brought more than what we needed. which is a good thing. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Have to drive that big ass boat back and drive into town to go get supplies. Is something I really didn't want to do. We did drive into town one time, kind of in the middle of our trip because we had to go back and fuel up. And one thing that I forgot was beach towels. So we went up, grabbed some beach towels and stuff like that. Got back. No incidents or anything. Got back, loaded the truck back up. And headed home. Did the same thing again, just drove straight through. Ended up getting home, late at night. Hit the shack, and I guess that's the wrap on that story. I talk about a lot of things on my videos, do a lot of things on my videos. It's not all going to be just about, purely camping or overlanding. As the channel progresses, we'll put some more stuff on, but I got a lot of different interests and a lot of different hobbies. I do different stuff. I'm always tinkering with stuff. I'm building stuff. Like these. That's my wedding ring. I don't know if it shows up on the camera very well. But you can see the edges of a coin right here. I make coin rings, and this one here is made out of an Australian 2020 half ounce, half dollar, for the year of the ox, for 2020, which was also the year that Katie and I moved in to Oxbow Marina. States, chill out, buddy. He's allowed to walk down the dock. Hey, knock it off. You little gremlin. Stop it. We moved into Oxbow Marina, year of the ox, and I also asked her to marry me the very first night we came in. I made Katie one also, but I made hers out of a quarter, so it's not as masculine of a ring as mine. I also make bells. I don't have any sitting around me. I also, like this one here, I made this shot glass. I don't know if it shows up on camera or not, but it's made out of challenge coins. And at the bottom there, I pressed in a quarter, and you can see that it's the eagle side. And then on the bottom, I got a 50-cent piece, and also the eagle side. And these are for the Oakland Police Department. Two of them. That one's the Oakland Police Department. That one's the Oakland Police Department. And this one is Alameda County First Responders. So this is, I don't know if you can see in there or if you can read it or not, but police, EMS, and firefighters. Yeah, I make stuff out of driftwood, like lights and stuff. I just kind of do stuff to, keep these hands busy, As the saying goes, idle hands are the devil's playground. So I try to keep busy doing stuff, little projects, I'm not exactly a mechanic, but, fixing stuff around here. Try to gonna stay out of politics and stuff like that, even though I have very strong opinions about it. I won't say too much about it. I don't want to get, dinged on YouTube or, have anybody talking any crap or anything like that. I don't want to deal with that kind of stuff, but I will say that I'm a patriot. Uh, uh, yeah, I'm a patriot. I'm a Second Amendment supporter. I'm a constitutional supporter. That's pretty much all I'm going to say about that. I might mention a thing or two on the channel if it's something I'm super passionate about or something that makes me angry or something like that. But I'm going to try to, shy away from that and social justice issues and all that kind of BS. Just mostly about Katie and I and our adventures and, how-tos and little projects and stuff like that. So I think that's going to wrap up today's video. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Please hit that like button if you liked it. If you didn't, well, I guess hit the dislike button or whatever. I don't know what that does. I'm not, hip to all this kind of stuff, but hit the subscribe button. If you want to see more stupid stories like this, and then, some cool adventures in the future. Subscribe, share, and please comment if you have any comments or questions. Share your experience. If you've been to some of the destinations, like today was about Havasu, maybe share your adventure experience there. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Def Gawain Camping. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.